Hey geometry team, still day one here. Quick addendum to what we did. We already talked about how triangles always have a sum of 180 degrees for their angles. That's called the triangle sum theorem. Now we're going to talk a little bit about exterior angles. That's angles on the outside of the triangle. We already know that 1, 2, and 3 here, the interior angles always add up to 180. But there's a special fun little trick about these exterior angles. An exterior angle is one you get if you extend one line of a triangle out, and it's supplementary, it's a linear pair to one of those interior angles. This exterior angle, this one on the outside, is always going to equal the sum of the other two remote interior angles, the ones on the far side. And if you think about that, thinking to the triangle sum theorem we had from before, that makes sense. If 1, 2, and 3 have to add up to 180, well, 4 and 3 also add up to 180. And so if you remember our congruent supplements theorem from last unit, if two different things are supplementary to the same thing, they have to be congruent. So 1, 2, and 4, these two have to add up and equal 4. And so we're going to be using that to figure out some different angles in some problems. Grab my mouse here real quick. Come here, mouse. Come on, buddy. And so you get to a practice problem here, and if you know now that you've got these two interior angles are 75 and 36, yeah, you could figure out this guy. But now you can directly figure out this guy by knowing that x is going to equal the 75 plus the 36. Because it's got to be congruent to these two remote interior angles. And so when you work that out, x should equal 111 degrees. And let's see if I did my math right. Yes, it is. Got to make sure I'm still adding things correctly. And so this guy here equals these two added together. If you can remember that, life is good. The nice thing is we can use that to figure out other things that are slightly more complicated. Okay? Come on, buddy. Click one more. There we are. So now, if we have something a little more complicated like this, we can still figure out how much this mystery angle is using our exterior angle theorem. So we know that this 153 must equal these two remote interior angles added up. So if you take that x minus 4 plus the 2x plus 10, it has to equal the 153. You do all the algebra in here, 3x plus 6 equals 153, so 3x will equal 147, and once you divide it out, x equals 49 degrees. And so you can still use this remote exterior angle theorem to figure it out. So remember, these exterior angles are just going to equal the sum of the opposite two angles inside the triangle. Thanks, team.